Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. So, yeah, here we are with the IS300. Engine's still messed up. So here we are. This is kind of day one, episode one here. Gonna get it on jack stands, kind of go over some of the tips and kind of, doing a big project like this. What's the do's and don'ts of going through all this? So, my twin babies are here. I think they're almost 2 weeks old now. Everything's going good. It's just one of those things that the wife kind of looked at me and saw I was getting a little stir crazy and said, take an hour for yourself. And I thought, hey, go down and start on the IS. So here we are. Man, I miss this car. It's like opened up the door here and I'm just like, God damn. Can't wait to get this thing rocking and rolling. So anyways, here we're gonna go over kind of what I do with big projects and kind of go over some of the main points here and get this thing going. First and foremost, the biggest thing with doing a big project like this is safety. You're gonna be pulling the engine, transmission, major heavy component out of this car. It's good to have good jack stands. Yeah, I have the Harbor Freight specials here, but they work. They've been holding the cars. I've had them, I think they're like 10 years old. So I went to Harbor Freight because I was going to buy new ones because I knew the ones had gotten recalled, but the lady said that they don't stock or made new ones yet. So I'm like, well, she's like, well, just return them. Well, I'm going to still use them. So, and there's the new GT short block there. I'm really excited about that. But anyways, back to safety here. Make sure you have good equipment. Make sure you have, a good place to do this. Don't do it in the apartment complex, parking spot that you have and it's your day. I mean, think about what you're doing, plan it out, be organized, safety. So we're going to be taking the engine out of this thing and putting in a new one there. Second big thing is being organized. Get yourself a Sharpie and some storage bags, bag and tag everything, mark it. I mean, this thing's gonna be sitting for a while and last thing you wanna do is pull a bunch of bolts and nuts and all this stuff, and 3-4 months down the road, you're going, where the hell does this go? So it's good to be prepared, bag and tag everything. Yeah, it takes extra time in the beginning, but I'm speaking from experience. You spend way too much time trying to figure out where shit goes later down the road when you can't remember, and have worked on a dozen other cars and can't remember this, can't remember that. I mean, this right here, this is less than $10 right here for all this, less than $10. And it is going to save you hours and hours of wasted time. So organization, be key here. Proven. So I got the car jacked up. Of course I had to forget something, but I'm gonna take the wheels off. I ended up finding the guy that I had originally sold 2 of my wheels. I thought they were bent, they weren't. Long story, but anyways, 2 of the wheels were paint faded, so I painted them black, and then I found another set of fronts. But I think I ended up bending one of them because there was a weird wobble that I was having, and sure enough, I pulled it off and one of the fronts is bent. So I ended up sourcing, so I'll have all matching wheels. I'm gonna take them off. I think I'm gonna get them powder coated like a dark charcoal or something, do something kind of cool looking. But I remembered the wheel lock keys. I remembered the wrench, but I forgot to bring my electric impact. So I don't have anything. I got the wheels off the ground and they're not touching. So now they're gonna spin when I try to break them loose. So instead of taking the jack stands back out and getting it back on the ground, I'm gonna try and wedge something underneath there and see if I can break them loose, at least get the wheels off. Otherwise, this trip was a disaster. But no, all in all, it's just, getting things organized. I'm going to bring in a little shelving thing that I'm going to put in the back there. That way I can put everything on the shelves once I get the head pulled off and, just kind of go step by step here. And this is one of those things that it's not going to happen super quick, so I know it's going to be a very delayed thing, which is why I'm bagging and tagging everything, taking my time. I'm going to clean everything. I mean, once this engine's out, I'm going to clean the engine bay, scrub everything down, make it look super nice. I mean, I want to paint the valve covers. I really want to, you know, spruce this thing up and make it look just perfect. So anyways, now I'm going to get the wheels off. All right, well, I got to cut it a little short. I ran out of time, but got the back wheels off. The front wheels I forgot are a 19 millimeter versus the 21 millimeter socket for the lug nuts. And when you're sleep deprived, you forget those small little details. So I'm right on about 4 hours of sleep. So I forgot. So I'll get the fronts off, which it's not a big deal, but at least I got it on jack stands, got everything kind of set up. I got to get the engine on that jack stand there, get the hood off. You know, some of those things, it takes a second person. So I'm sure Sean will come over and help me at some point, and we'll get this thing kind of going. And then basically it's going to turn to taking intake off, getting all this out of the way, taking the turbo back off, exhaust, get the head pulled, and we'll kind of see if there's anything visible at that point. But the main thing is I'm using the head, so I need to get the head off so I can get it sent out, get it machined. But yeah, we're gonna end up pulling the engine out anyways, so get everything torn apart and get everything cleaned up, painted, and turn this thing up and hopefully make some real power. So anyways, thanks you guys for watching. I know this was kind of a short, little boring one, but this is kind of the do's and don'ts of how to, you know, get this started, get it, you know, safety, get it secured, have it in a place where you can do this. Don't feel like you're rushed. You know, organization, make sure you bag and tag everything. Just think about what you're doing. And, you know, I'm gonna get the lowering springs on this. I'm gonna do everything. This, like, when this thing rolls out of here, it's all gonna be done. Now, that being said, it's probably gonna take about 6 months, but everything's gonna be done on this thing. So I'll get the wheels powder coated, just make this thing look freaking awesome. So I'm really excited. Hopefully we can turn this thing up, make 500 horsepower, and have a good time. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment. If you got any further questions, let me know. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bonus clip. I'm so sleep deprived. With these twin babies, it was just killing me. So anyways, I watched some of the footage and kind of forgot a few things, and obviously I forgot the 19 mil socket so I could take the front wheels off. So now I am pretty much got it into a state of now I can work on it, start tearing things apart. Everything's kind of set and ready. I am a little OCD and a little organized freak a little bit, so I had to make sure everything's right before I started tearing in shit. So I was gonna video at the storage unit when I was working on it, but there was this mom, grandma, and son that were just yelling at each other and pissed off about Christmas ornaments and all this other bullshit. And I was like, God, literally the storage unit next to me, and they're just sitting there screaming at each other. And I'm like, well, I had to pretty much cut out all the audio. So anyways, here's a little bonus clip for you guys, extended part of the video. If you're a true subscriber, you've watched all the way through here, we appreciate you, we love you. Got all the wheels off, got everything ready, got the hood off, started on doing a few things, and I ran out of time here, so now I'm home to take care of the babies. But Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Just here's a little bit, and I just wanted to end the video with kind of one more thing I forgot to touch on. You know, we talked about organization, safety, making sure you have the right equipment, make sure you have everything to do a big job like this. Bag and tag everything. And kind of the last thing that I didn't really touch on that I forgot about because I was sleep deprived was budget. Think about how much you want to spend. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I bought some kind of expensive, thing like cold air intake, sway bar, whatever, just random stuff. And then next thing you know, you don't have any money and you're like, well, shit, the water pump went out or something else, Try and budget. When you're doing a big project like this, think about how much you're going into it, how much money you have. Last thing you want to do is tear apart a car and then not have the money to do anything. And so kind of my last piece of advice here is budget. Always fluctuate too. I would always add a couple $100, just miscellaneous stuff, bolts, nuts, washers, hardware, just simple little things that you forget about. So, add budget to the list. And I'm going to say the last thing, have some good friends, have some people that you can call, help out. I mean, I guess not to get too sentimental here, but when the engine blew on the IS, Ben, Sean, and Marco, they were all there for me. I mean, I can't thank them enough. Ben, the week before my kids were born, he was like, bring the thing over. I just got the lift installed in my shop. Let's just tear this. He's like, we'll just pull an all-nighter. We'll just get everything swapped over. He's like, we'll get everybody on deck and we'll just knock everything out and get this thing up and running. And this thing will be boosted before your kids show up. And I'm like, I was like, dude, I freaking love you, but that's way too much pressure. And if something happens and then it's sitting in your shop for months, and I'm just like, Ben, I freaking love you, man. I mean, that's true friends. I mean, they're there for you. They got your back. Sean was the same way. He's like, hey man, let's just start tearing this shit apart. Let's get going. And I just know that there was a lot of parts speaking of budget, I had to buy, kind of wait, save up, get some paychecks, head gasket, ARP studs, all those little things. And so I knew I didn't have everything right off the bat, and that was another big factor into this. So anyways, I just got to have some good friends to help you out. It is kind of, when you're doing big engine, transmission, big projects like this, you got to have friends to help you. And I mean, dude, I've got some of the best friends that a guy could ask for. So thank you guys. I freaking love you guys. This thing will be back up and running in no time. Things are going pretty smooth. So, hopefully here in the next episode, this is going to be kind of all part of one episode. It was just kind of getting started here. We'll call this the getting started video. Next episode, hopefully we can start tearing some of this apart. I'm going to get the turbo off, manifold off, intake manifold off, try and get most of it stripped down to where I can get the head taken off, and then we can start seeing if we got any juicy carnage or anything. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, any questions, hit us up. And dude, we appreciate you guys for watching. So thank you. Take care.